morning, one and all of you, and a hearty welcome to the conference on NEP implementation in higher education institutions organized by the IQAC of college. The National Education Policy is a comprehensive policy framework that aims to reform and revitalize the education system in India. NEP aims to make significant changes in the way education is delivered in India, with a focus on making the education more inclusive, equitable, and holistic. One of the main goals of NEP is to move away from the outdated system of rote learning and memorization and promote critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity. NEP seeks to provide more flexibility and diversity to our students, allowing students to pursue the courses which match their talents. Although a lot of benefits can be attributed to NEP, one major drawback is that NEP lacks a clear implementation plan. The policy is highly ambitious, but it does not provide a detailed roadmap of how to achieve these goals. Today, we have all gathered here to think about a detailed roadmap for NEP implementation in our institution. I extend a hearty and warm welcome to all who are present here. Let's make the best out of the session today. Let's begin the session with a prayer song by Dr. Ashwati Balajan. May I now request Dr. Manju Kurian, Principal, Marathi's College, to deliver the welcome speech. President of the Commission, Dr. Vinod, Secretary, Marathi's College Association, Chief Guest of the Day, Professor Dr. B.N. Suresh, Dr. Bosmati Jose, Dr. Benny Alexander, Dr. Vishnu Varghese, teachers from our sister institutions, and my colleagues. Good morning to one and all. The National Education Policy of India 2020, or NEP 2020, was started by the Union Cabinet of India on 29th July 2020 to outline the vision of the new education system of India. The new policy replaces the previous National Policy on Education 1986. It is a comprehensive framework for elementary education to higher as well as vocational training in both the rural and the urban India. It aims to transform India's education system by 2030 and increase state expenditure on education from around 6% to 6% of GDP. It proposes a 4-year multidisciplinary bachelor's degree in an undergraduate program with multiple exit options. These include professional and vocational areas also. The policy's primary purpose is to raise the standard of education in India to a global level, allowing the country to emerge as a leader in knowledge-based sectors. Many states like Gujarat and Maharashtra have already implemented the policy. The Kerala government is set to implement it in the next academic year, that is 2024-25. Being an autonomous college, Madhavanesh's College Komangalam is planning the implementation of the NEP next year meticulously. We are gathered here for the inaugural seminar of the topic, taken by the most eminent person on the topic in India, Padma Bhushan Professor Dr. B.N. Suresh, Chancellor, Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, Toronto. I am indeed privileged and honored to welcome you, sir, to the Madhavanesh's College. Professor Suresh is a former honorary distinguished professor at the Savak Headquarters, Bangalore, former Sadish Dhawan Chair of Engineering Eminence, Delhi, past President, Indian National Academy of Engineering, New Delhi, former Director, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, Toronto, former Director, Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, Toronto, former member, Space Commission. He was a professor at IIT Mumbai and MIT Manipal. He was a member of the Board of Governors at IIT Madras. He is a Vice Chair for the Design Division of Aeronautical Society of India. Professor Suresh is a recipient of the Indian Civilian Honors, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri, which he received in 2013 and 2002 respectively. He has also received the Aryabhatta Award from the Astronautical Society of India, besides several other awards. With all respect, I welcome you, sir. Dr. Mini Varghese, Secretary of Madhavanesh's College Association, is a guiding light and beacon of all our endeavors. With all respect, I welcome you, sir, to this meeting. I also welcome Dr. Ross Sanjay Jose, Principal of NEP College of Engineering, and Dr. Mini Alexander, Principal of Madhavanesh's College, Bangalore. Faculty members from NEP College, as well as from sister institutions, are gathered here. I welcome each and every one of you to this faculty enrichment program. Once again, I welcome one and all. Thank you. May I now call upon Dr. Mini Varghese, Secretary, Madhavanesh's College Association, for the presidential address.
Padma Bhushan, Professor B.N. Suresh, Principals, faculty members, and dear friends. We are extremely honored by the presence of a great scientist in our campus. On behalf of the entire teaching community, I thank you very much for coming to our institution, sir. The potentials of the Indian higher education system remain unexplored even after so many education reforms. The national education policy, with its focus on inclusive, holistic, and quality education, opts to bring significant changes in the educational scenario. It seeks to offer a more flexible and diverse range of education pathways, allowing students to pursue the subjects that interest them and best suit their talents and goals. It aims to ensure that all children in India have the opportunity to receive a high quality education that prepares them for the challenges of the contemporary era. However, the new policy is also not free from apprehensions regarding its implementation. I hope the coming days will provide us with more clarifications. Madhavanesh's College has always responded to the positive changes in the field of education. Being an autonomous institution with greater potentials and excellent infrastructure facilities, the Madhavanesh's College can clearly carve a niche and meet the demands of time. With the guidelines from an eminent person like Dr. Suresh, we will be able to set the stage for the new reforms. I hope the session will be highly beneficial in implementing the new policy and give greater insight to all of us. Madhavanesh's is an idea, and dear friends, let us strive to fulfill the dreams of our forefathers. Thank you.
Today, we have the extraordinary privilege of having with us Padma Bhushan Professor Dr. B.N. Suresh, Chancellor of Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, Trivandrum, and Honorary Distinguished Professor at ISRO. It's my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker to this august audience. Dr. B.N. Suresh is an exceptional Indian aerospace scientist who has made significant contributions to the field of space research and development. He has an illustrious career and continues to inspire generations with his unparalleled expertise and dedication. Dr. Suresh has served as the director of Vikram Sarabhai Space Center from 2003 to 2007, where he made notable contributions to the development of Indian launch vehicles and space capsule recovery experiments. In addition, Dr. Suresh served as the founding director of the Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology in Thiruvananthapuram, establishing it as a premier institution for space education and research. Throughout his career, Dr. Suresh has received numerous accolades and honors. He was honored with the prestigious civilian honors, the Padma Bhushan in 2013 and the Padma Shri in 2002. Dr. Suresh's expertise extends beyond his work with ISRO and IIST. He has served as professor at renowned institutions like IIT Mumbai and MIT Manipur. He has authored and co-authored several books, including From Fishing Hamlet to Red Planet and Ever Upwards ISRO in Majors. Let's all put our hands together in extending a warm welcome to Dr. B.N. Suresh for the inaugural address. May I request sir to kindly light the traditional lamp and inaugurate the conference. May I now request Padma Bhushan Professor Dr. B.N. Suresh for the inaugural address.
Very good morning to all of you. Dr. Vinu Varghese, Secretary, Modern Sciences, College Association, Dr. Manju Korean, Dr. Benny Alexander, Dr. Vinu Varghese, faculty members of a group of institutions, ladies and gentlemen. We very also thank Dr. Vinu Varghese and also the organizers of this program for giving me an opportunity to come to this beautiful campus of the IIST Territory. Such a nice and wonderful campus, and also the facilities that are available is amazing. I didn't have time to really spend and to get into that, but still I could see the swimming pool, your shooting center, and it's amazing. But I heard, and I had also come once way back when I was in Trivandrum. Although I came from Karnataka, I am more like a Kerala because I spent 42 years in city of Thiruvananthapuram. The very purpose of coming today is really to highlight on national education policy. And I was fortunate enough to get associated with the preparation of the document because Dr. K. Kasturangan, who is the architect of this particular NEP 2030 was my boss, and he sort of engaged me in the activities right from the day one. And I was also at that time the president of the Indian National Academy of Engineering, and we were very keen to really make some difference in the engineering education in the country. And we have a very stellar group who are working on this at the Indian National Academy of Engineering, a premier engineering academy in the country which is located at Delhi. And this team has been working for quite a long time, maybe last 2 to 3 decades, how to improve the engineering education, how to improve the science education and make it more amenable so that they become useful, not just only spend time in rote learning. And he wanted the inputs from the engineering academy when this report was being made by Dr. Surana. We have also organized one very big engineers conference at IIT Madras in 2015, if I am correct. And then we have come out with a well set recommendations, and that was under the leadership of Professor Anand at IIT Madras. And recommendations, whatever was there, and our own vision of what India should really proceed in engineering education. We spent half a day presenting these details to the custodians committee, and in fact, quite a few of our recommendations have been embedded into the report, and I am very happy we also have made mention of the contribution of the INBE in this particular subject. And also the two of the stalwarts really prepared the document. They are very good friends of mine in Bangalore, and we had several occasions to discuss with them time to time how to go about what is to be done. So that way, I'm quite fortunate to get associated with the national education policy framework and guidelines. And also further, I got opportunity in two places. One at IEST, that is Indian Institute of Space and Space Technology, which is very dear to me because I was given the opportunity to get started way back in 2007. And also, I have an opportunity to chair one of the premier engineering institutions in Bangalore, namely in MJ College, the fourth city of Bangalore, and there we have implemented. That's one of the reasons I thought I would highlight to you really what is all about NEP, what are its challenges, what are the crucial points. More than anything, I think some questions were asked when we had debate and discussions yesterday evening during the dinner time. How do we implement it? So I'd like to stress more on how we are going to implement and what needs to be done. But one thing I want to tell you, no management, no administration can really implement. If at all it can be implemented solely through faculty members. Faculty members and faculty members and faculty members only. I think unless you put your heart and soul into that, no way it can be done. While we say all these things, it's also important to tell you that I think they have worked 2 full years, and they have taken inputs from experts from all over the globe, including prominent institutions like Stanford, MIT, the Caltech, many other institutions, not only in US, Europe, everywhere they have taken the input. And Manju Bhargava, you might have heard one of the stalwarts in the mathematics. He is one of the very active members in the preparation of this national education policy. Apart from that, I think when it was prepared and projected and submitted to the government thought we must get the inputs from the stalwarts and the expert academicians all over the country, including inputs from common man. It was put in the public domain, and whatever inputs that they can give, they were all taken, folded in, and brought in. In my opinion, it's going to bring a phenomenal change in the country in the education, and country is as strong or as healthy as the education system is. I think that's where we all have the responsibility, and I would like to really spend about half an hour or maybe 40 minutes while presenting it. There were two slots, the presentation keynote address, and a PPT on that, and I would like to really make a quick presentation. But I think it's not the presentation that matters. What is more important is we must get into dialogue and discussion. I think I would request you to raise the questions as many as you can. I don't know how much time you have, but I have to do my because I look at the afternoon flight at 3:55. But otherwise, I'm at your disposal and I can answer all the questions, whatever I can do. But I can tell you that it's not necessary to implement everything what they say. I think what is applicable to you, how we can proceed, what can be done, we can do it in a phased manner. And also it says that you have to really become totally autonomous to get the freedom to implement the way you like. But in my opinion, that's not really absolutely essential. You can do the way you are, however, liberties that you are given, I think within that umbrella, we can do that because the institution that we have implemented, Jamaica College of Engineering, they are almost similar to what we have here. An autonomous institution at the moment, and they are also under the regulations of Vishweshwarya Technological University. But I am happy to mention that within that constraint, I think we have done lots of things, implemented, keeping the spirit and the ideas of NEP without changing anything. So let us discuss that in these few words. I'm extremely happy that you gave me an opportunity to share some of my thoughts, and which I will do immediately after a couple of other addresses. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite Honorable Secretary Dr. Vinny Verghese to present our token of love and appreciation to Professor Dr. P. N. Suresh. The Arundala Kannadi that we present to our chief guest symbolizes the reflection of truth, knowledge, and wisdom, which resonates deeply with our guest speakers inside the address. Thank you. May I now request Dr. Benny Alexander, Principal, Marvaselis College, Adimani, for a few words of felicitation.
A very good morning to all of you. A respected chief guest of the day, Professor Suresh sir, Secretary Dr. Vinny Verghese sir, Principal Dr. Manju Kurian, Principal Dr. Bose, and dear colleagues. At the outset, I would like to congratulate MA College for organizing a seminar on NEP for the first time in Koramapara. And more than that, we have an eminent personality to lead the session. When coming to the implementation of NEP in the institutions under Maharashtra College Association, we have institutions under 3 streams. We have an engineering college imparting technical education. We have 2 arts and science colleges, and we have international school. Even though the curricular and pedagogical approach and framework differs significantly in a major way. So we are sure that you will be able to throw light on the way forward. How can all the institutions go forward and implement NEP in this campus? So we are enlightened to hear from you your thoughtful words. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Let's now break for a cup of tea and come back sharp in 5 minutes in the same venue. Thank you.